this is a loft conversion. This particular roof was a pitched roof originally, but now they've had a loft conversion on the back and they've extended the parapet walls up either side. Done quite some time ago. Now we want to turn it into a warm roof, and the problem we've got with doing that is there's ventilation up the front elevation of the roof, across the top and down the slated mansard at the rear. So what we've got to do is we've got to stop that through ventilation at this point and re-vent the front of the roof, and we've also got to stop the ventilation at the rear of the roof as well, coming up the mansard and vent across the top. So both the front and the rear section are vented to top and bottom, and the main warm roof at the top isn't going to be vented. The mansard roof goes down the back just here, and the water, you can see it here, has been coming across and just running down, and has really stained the hanging slates. So what we're going to do, we're going to fix a gutter and gutter board across this area so the water can run in it, and then I'm going to put a downpipe down here. So this insulation is going to go over the top. We're going to have a timber upstand just here, which will terminate the edge, and the water will run along the Epdm around here into the guttering. So I can see really what I'm up against here. I'm going to have to take this section here off and get into the roof, because the mansard roof, which is here, is vented, and that vent comes up and goes right the way across. So I'm going to have to take all this off and insulate behind this. Now when this insulation goes up against the wall here, we're going to be losing this flashing, so we'll actually take it out. We're going to be backfilling with foam, and we're going to actually do something here. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do, but you can see the next door neighbour has brought their roof over to this particular point. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our roof covering back up and over. The ridge tiles I'm going to take off and I'm going to raise up. Once I've got these all over the whole roof, I'll bring the Epdm rubber across and over, and then I will bed the tiles back on. I will be putting a couple more courses of slates on the front, and I'll be introducing ventilation on the front here. So this front area is vented. And of course what I'll do when I take this off, I'll make sure that the venting of this area here doesn't go into the front of the roof as well. There's through ventilation coming up, and if I take this out, it's coming up, there's a felt there, and there's insulation there. Theoretically, there's a gap between the tiles and here for movement of air to come up here. That movement of air would go underneath this area here, above the loft insulation, which is inside here. I can see the plasterboard which is foiled back there, and the air can move right the way across here to the very front of the roof and go back down. So the whole area is vented for sweating. Now because we're turning this roof into a warm roof, we need to deal with this. First of all, what we need to do is that we need to insulate just here, so that we bring our roof insulation across the top, and there's a vertical insulation between all this to give us an ending of the warm roof. But we also need to make sure that when we do it, that we continue the ventilation from down below on this mansard roof up to the top here. So I'll be venting at the new gutter board level as I move across.